Our solar system. The planetary system we call home is located in an outer spiral arm of the Milky Way Galaxy. Our solar system consists of our star, the Sun, and everything bound to it by gravity: the planets Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, dwarf planets such as Pluto, dozens of moons and millions of asteroids, comets, and meteoroids. The Sun is the center of our solar system and makes up 99.8% of the mass of the entire solar system. At the equator, the Sun spins once about every 25 days, but at its poles the Sun rotates once on its axis every 35 Earth days. As a star, the Sun is a ball of gas, 92.1% hydrogen and 7.8% helium, held together by its own gravity. The Sun's core is about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, 15 million degrees Celsius. Revolving around the Sun are 8 planets. The planets are divided into 2 categories based on their composition: terrestrial and Jovian. Terrestrial planets include Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. They are Earth-like planets made up of rocks or metals with a hard surface. These planets also have a molten heavy metal core, few moons and topological features such as valleys, volcanoes, and craters. They don't have rings system and they are relatively small. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system, only slightly larger than Earth's moon. It is the closest planet to the Sun at a distance of about 36 million miles. One day on Mercury takes 59 Earth days. Mercury's thin atmosphere, or exosphere, is composed mostly of oxygen, sodium, hydrogen, helium, and potassium. Atoms that are blasted off the surface by the solar wind and micrometeoroid impacts create Mercury's exosphere. Mercury has no moons. No evidence for life has been found on Mercury. Daytime temperatures can reach 430 degrees Celsius and drop to -180 degrees Celsius at night. It is unlikely life could survive on this planet. Venus is the second closest planet to the Sun at a distance of about 67 million miles, 108 million kilometers. One day on Venus lasts 243 Earth days because Venus spins backwards, with its Sun rising in the west and setting in the east. Venus has no moons. The planet's surface temperature is about 900 degrees Fahrenheit, 465 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. Venus' extreme temperatures and acidic clouds make it an unlikely place for life as we know it. Earth is the third planet from the Sun at a distance of about 93 million miles, 150 million kilometers. A day on Earth is 24 hours. Earth makes a complete orbit around the Sun in about 365 days. Earth's atmosphere is 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 1% other ingredients, the perfect balance to breathe and live. Our atmosphere protects us from incoming meteoroids, most of which break up in our atmosphere before they can strike the surface. Earth has one moon. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun at an average distance of about 228 million kilometers, 142 million miles. One day on Mars takes a little over 24 hours. Mars makes a complete orbit around the Sun in 687 Earth days. Mars has a thin atmosphere made up mostly of carbon dioxide, argon, nitrogen, and a small amount of oxygen and water vapor. Mars has 2 moons named Phobos and Deimos. At this time, Mars' surface cannot support life as we know it. Current missions are determining Mars' past and future potential for life. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune collectively make up the group known as the Jovian planets. The Jovian planets includes gas giants Jupiter and Saturn, and ice giants Uranus and Neptune. The gas giants are predominantly made of helium and hydrogen, and the ice giants also contains rock ice, and mixture of water, methane, and ammonia. All 4 Jovian planets have multiple moons, support ring systems, have no solid surface, and immense in size. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. Jupiter orbits about 484 million miles. Jupiter rotates once about every 10 hours, a Jovian day, but takes about 12 Earth years to complete one orbit of the Sun, a Jovian year. Jupiter's atmosphere is made up mostly of hydrogen and helium. Jupiter has more than 75 moons. Jupiter cannot support life as we know it. But some of Jupiter's moons have oceans beneath their crusts that might support life. Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun and the second largest planet in our solar system. Orbits at a distance of about 886 million miles from the Sun. Day Saturn takes about 10.7 hours to rotate on its axis once a Saturn day and 29 Earth years to orbit the Sun. Saturn's atmosphere is made up mostly of hydrogen and helium. Saturn has 53 known moons with an additional 29 moons awaiting confirmation of their discovery, that is a total of 82 moons. Saturn has the most spectacular ring system, with 7 rings and several gaps and divisions between them. Saturn cannot support life as we know it, but some of Saturn's moons have conditions that might support life. The first planet found with the aid of a telescope, Uranus, was discovered in 1781 by astronomer William Herschel, although he originally thought it was either a comet or a star. Uranus is about 4 times wider than Earth. Uranus orbits our Sun, at a distance of about 1.8 billion miles. Uranus takes about 17 hours to rotate once, and about 84 Earth years to complete an orbit of the Sun. Uranus has 27 known moons, and they are named after characters from the works of William Shakespeare and Alexander Pope. Uranus has 13 known rings. The inner rings are narrow and dark and the outer rings are brightly colored. Like Venus, Uranus rotates east to west. But Uranus is unique in that it rotates on its side. Neptune is the 8th and most distant planet in our solar system. Neptune is about 4 times wider than Earth. Neptune orbits our Sun, at a distance of about 2.8 billion miles. Neptune takes about 16 hours to rotate once, and about 165 Earth years to orbit the Sun. Neptune has 14 known moons which are named after sea gods and nymphs in Greek mythology. Neptune has at least 5 main rings and 4 more ring arcs, which are clumps of dust and debris likely formed by the gravity of a nearby moon. Because of dwarf planet Pluto's elliptical orbit, Pluto is sometimes closer to the Sun, and us, than Neptune is. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe.